Mike's not on.
I was pro-choice on that. Now
How loud are you on stage there? How loud are you turned up?
Hey, good evening, everyone. What a night of music. All right, do anything weird? Oh, okay, yeah. Good. All right, we're introducing the new CD on the table there at the entrance. It's pro-choice on mental health. Oh, well, that's all I have. Yeah, hi.
Hi. Let's do a sound check.
All right, thank you, David. What do you... Check one. The wall power. Okay, then 1, 2, 3. We also may have other needs. All those creative urges. We're forced to break a line back. A shot is heard around the world. Which shot was heard around the world? There was a shot that was heard around the world.
Kennedy!
Oh, it was Kennedy's? Is that right? That's Hens over there. Say it. It's Kennedy. Thank you, Hens. Didn't it start a war?
Peter?
Yeah. Hi, David.
Hi, Peter. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm really well, thanks. We're going to have another nice round of applause for LP Funk, who opened for you. LP Funk in a rare solo performance. And now we've got the leading proponent for pro-choice for mental health on stage. Please put your hands together for the Peter Dizozza Band.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm Peter Dizozza, and I'm pro-choice on mental health. It's an issue that concerns anyone with the time to consider it. I take this time to ask whether mental health is a question of choice or chemistry. The other day I was walking along the path of one of my inner landscapes, This landscape is a replica of colonial Williamsburg. And I wondered as I wandered whether, despite being rational choosy, I was capable of being a masochist or a mascot to a dangerously needy person. It's not whether I was a masochist or a mascot, but whether I would link myself to a person like Jeffrey Dahmer to the detriment of the likes of myself. After a few nights working the streets of colonial Williamsburg, I discovered the answer was yes. I tried to come to my senses, especially after a good orgasm, and yet, even after that, I would keep going back. I tried to understand what compels me, and I wondered whether mental health was something we choose. Jockeys are riding me. I hear their yells, the clang of bells. The trolley curves been chiding me. Their jams go under the hide of me. They urge me, be what you wanna be. Do what you want with me. I say, be. Are you finished? Get away from me. Are you lonely? Come to me and stay. Are you running? I'm your hiding place, yet I beg you, come another day. Those days are lost and gone. They're found, they're living inside of me. The streets awake with shadows quake. They crack, they crumble in ecstasy. The cops may take you away from me. I tell you, be what you wanna be. Do what you want with me. I say, let me be. Those cops, they take you away from me. I tell you, do what you want and do what you want. I say, let me be with you in your prison cell. Be for you down a wishing well. Be what you wanna be. Come on and do what you want with me. I wanna be with you in your prison cell. Be for you, I know so well. Be what you wanna be. Come on and do what you want with me. To me and stay. Enough. After the cops came and took away the person I was just singing about, I met someone who wanted commitment enough to commit herself, who valued sanity enough to enter a sanitarium. I was naive to think that checking in was a matter of medical coverage and free choice, but it's more about taking the cure. Like when you go up to the mountains in Germany in the 30s, they used to do that. I would call my friend, the opera composer, and I would ask him if his wife was around, and she was never around. She was up in the mountains taking the cure. So I would say, leave a message, and later on I would wonder, if it's called detoxing, then why do they call it, why do they prescribe drugs like Haldol, Tegretol, Luvox, changing them, but that's supposed to be detoxing. And as far as I can tell, you could choose to take these as well. That's also pro-choice on mental health. So I asked Alvin, I said, where's your wife? She's up taking the cure. All right, so let's join her. She's telling you to let her. She said goodbye, you know. Something's troubling. She said she's sleeping with another man. For whom she cares. She said goodbye before. Did your eyes avert the signs and someone missed a seizure? She said goodbye before. That's the last forms of beverages. I know what's killing off the one you love. Or is it fear? No problem here, nowhere, right on schedule. No care in the permanent home of matter. No care, customers handle there's plenty of service from the people in the city. Not there, where are we headed for? No care, if the people from everything. No sure, just a calendar now, with the calendar nature. Just a calendar that blows her away. No one says goodbye, you know. It's always somewhere, there's a place where everyone is singing. We're all alone, I hear on sabbatical until the great reunion. See how people come to your mind. All souls in conflict, all feel trusty for a drink. They ask you a mix, they call it a fix. It makes you wonder. No problem there. No problem before. Maybe a romantic setting like the seashore where I would act upon my desires, and I realized I wouldn't. I was struck with a James Austen sensibility that I needed a force of nature to bring us together or to separate us. It would be the full moon that compels us. To stay, we watch them linger. They do dances in the sand. It's sad to watch them fly. What is that memory mill that takes them the voice balance and
More piano.
a little more piano. Well, that's fine. We have, how's the vocal, the balance?
More vocal.
A little more vocal.
Boo.
Hi, everyone. We are a little more vocal. We're faced with the quandary of taking medication. I thought about there's a time when the spiral that you get into prevents your mind from having that choice option. So that's the spiral. It's, as artists, we like to be close to the spiral, but we're skirting its edge. We don't want to go down into the whirlpool from which there's no choice that's possible. So we have this condition where Mousehead is faced with pleasing everyone, and he is unable to. His father expects certain things from him. See you, Kenny. Have a great time over at Don't Tell Mom. Mama! By the way, Kenny's over at Don't Tell Mama late nights Tuesday. See you soon. Anyway, we're going to go into the spiral. No, we're just going to skirt the edge, because then there's no way out. This fellow is borrowed up to the hilt. He's afraid live wire. He's a time bomb. He's ready to pounce like Vincent Foster. He's bristling volatile. So, this is what happens. If you open a big paper like the Times and you're sitting next to him, you might brush up against him. And he'll go... Ouch, I'm sorry, please forgive the intruding silence, doing away words I left unsaid, and left with love that's gone, mixed with passion, lash out like lions. I look to creative expression to escape to escape the spiral while skirting its edge. I look to the gifts of the poet and the painter, whose discarded goods I find in my favorite trash can, the one I live in. Nice painting, nice poem. I'm sure it's nothing personal, but a lot of friends have moved out of the city. They made new homes in Queenstown, New Zealand, Berkeley, California, Almaty, Kazakhstan. I like to think that any place I hang my hat is home, but if you know me at all, you know that my home of choice is the library. In fact, Jordan and I were there. Remember a few years ago we used to go to that nice library in Alexandria? And then all that information, we were going to go back. I had like these great ideas, and I just had to refer to some books. And when I went back there, it was gone. That whole library was just completely wiped out. Well, that's where any place to hang your hat is home. Well, this is the place that will probably be a very good home for a lot of us. Distance is a problem for the ones who love them. 1 and 1 is 2. The worst of times is through. The hump's been gotten over. Please shut the door and please unleash me all the way my parents. Come and join the functions. Ignored by hundreds. Feel free to eat or close. This place will never close. Or say, please go. Welcome back from your travels. Did you visit any of the libraries in Prague?
Not Prague.
How was the library? Germany, I'll bet. Yeah, they have a lot of good libraries. A lot of nice material in Germany. A lot of pretty violent imagery. Any of that religious imagery is very interesting. The bald nuns always attracted me when I was down south in Munich or something. So, all right, this is the place that will never close or say, please go. This is where we can pretty much stay all the time. I mean, Joe, you're very open. Do you know that we have a very interesting band tonight? I want to introduce Hens of Monospace.com is over there. Visit Monospace. Make it your homepage. Hear his material soon. This is Jordan Pfister on bass. And Joe Bendik in the midst of the project. Joe, the CD is called Pro-Choice on Mental Health, and Joe is the producer of that CD. We managed to create it in the...
Saturday night, baby.
And we're going to be here, okay, for Joe Bendik and his new band. Some members of the band will be here as well.
The Heathens, the all-girl orchestra.
The Heathens. So if we go to the Courtney Love website, will we find the Heathens?
If you go, yeah, you go to Google, man, you'll find shit.
Come here Saturday for Joe Bendik and the Heathens. The song from Pro-Choice on Mental Health that ends the album, it's called Wallflower. And, okay, I don't know what to say really bad, just as a good way to release any tension that might have built up with all that creative activity.
the title track of my new CD. I don't have any copies, but you can find the whole thing on my website, monospace.com. It's called Inside.
It's Inside, and it's the new Monospace album. It's your, how many albums do you have?
2.
Oh, then what's the other one called?
Songs from a Bucket.
Oh, that's right, Songs from a Bucket. This is an amazing website, certainly worth visiting for other links as well, because you can make it your homepage and get the news. Okay, we have
News every day.
also a song from the show called The Last Dodo. And I'll tell you, tonight we have pro-choice on mental health, and we have special promo CDs of The Last Dodo, which we will include with your purchase if you'd like. We have the two. We have a great picture disc, by the way, of The Last Dodo, which I'd like to show some of you because you're actually pictured in it. So if you buy the pro-choice on mental health and you get the other soundtrack to The Last Dodo, that's $12, and they're there over at that table in the center. How's that? I'm trying to sell something. This song is the last number. It's called, Bok Choy. And it, actually, if you like Linus, you're here. We want to. Oh, okay. It's every time. There's a point when you realize that everything you want in life is Bok Choy. Every time I look at you, I feel so happy, feel so good. Every time I look at you, I say, theme from Seinfeld.
Tomorrow night on NBC, don't forget to tune in to.
We used to paint Jimi Hendrix when he